Hello, hello. My name is Lee Bricknell, and I am broadcasting to you from the Midlands in the UK on the one and only Cinematic Sound Radio Network. That short but rousing track was from the movie Bowling, which is a French comedy inspired from a true story. This is where a town's maternity unit is threatened with closure. 4 women who work in the unit fight for it to be saved. I'm not sure where the bowling comes in, but I do love that score, which was composed by Erwan Kermorvant and is released on the Plaza Mare label. The track you heard was Glebe Teal, which is the name of the town. In this filmic show, I will mostly be dipping into some late 2022 releases with a splash of oldies and, of course, weird and wonderful, such as this one. You heard Speak Up from the movie Women Talking, a somewhat disturbing true story of the women in a Mennonite community being constantly abused by some of the men also in their community. The score is by Hildur Guðnadóttir, who won a well-deserved Best Score Oscar in 2020 for Joker. I love this score for its earthy, sparse and acoustic tones, and I'll be playing a second track a little later. We need something to jolly us up after that, and what better than a track from one of the best comedy films of last year, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, which boasts a superb cast as well as a really good score by Nathan Johnson. I'm going to play the Glass Onion theme.
You're listening to Filmic with Lee Bricknell on the Cinematic Sound Radio Network.
I recently read Gina Davis's latest autobiography titled Dying of Politeness, which is very funny, and it reminded me that she made some fab movies such as The Fly, League of Their Own, and of course in 1992 she won an Oscar for Thelma and Louise. She also did some brilliant stunts in many of her movies, including the 1995 Cutthroat Island, directed by her then-husband, Rennie Harlin. It had a powerhouse score by John Debney. Here is To the Bottom of the Sea. This next track is short, but just has to be played so that I can say the title of it, because it makes me laugh. I didn't manage to watch the actual film all the way through because I couldn't get a grip on what it was all about, which is understandable given that the title is Everything Everywhere All at Once. The amazing score was composed by US experimental band Son Lux. Here is, are you ready for it? The Fanny Pack. If you want to hear more of that ear-busting score, it's currently on streaming platforms. Let's calm things down a little with these next two tracks. Raymond and Ray stars Ethan Hawke and Ewan McGregor as half-brothers. They are both estranged from their somewhat difficult father, but when he dies, they learn that his final wish was that they dig his grave. I loved the movie, and McGregor and Hawke were really good. The score is by Jeff Beal, and based on the fact that Hawke's character plays a trumpeter who just loves Chet Baker, Beal delivers a jazz score with the lightest of touches. Here is Boss Lady, followed by Brothers. The score is released by Lakeshore Records and is on streaming platforms.
You're listening to Filmic with Lee Bricknell on the Cinematic Sound Radio Network.
In January this year, one of the most beautiful women in the world, as she was tagged, died at the grand age of 95. Gina Lollobrigida made Italian, French and English movies and picked up a slew of awards during her long career. In 1964, she starred in the UK film Woman of Straw, and I vaguely remember watching this, most probably on the telly, as it also starred Sean Connery. It was directed by Basil Dearden. Here is the main theme composed by Norman Percival. What a theme. Those big kettle drums really worked in the background. So 60s. Now, if this next cue doesn't make you feel good, then I don't know what will. Oh, that's what I would call a spine tingler. I could listen to that cue on a loop all day. It's very uplifting. You heard Happiness is Simple from the fabulous score to Avatar The Way of the Water, composed by Simon Fraglin. The score is released by the 20th Century Studios label and is streaming. It's been some time since we've been graced by an Abel Korzeniowski score, and now we have two recent releases. First came the heartbreaking score for the movie Till. This was followed by the elegant soundtrack to Emily. I have chosen a track from the latter. Both scores are streaming, and here is Mother. Here is the second track from the score I can't praise enough, Women Talking by Hilda Guðnadóttir. Here is Jumping. Earlier this year, composer, pianist and record producer Burt Bacharach died at the age of 94. In his time, he won 3 Oscars, 6 Grammys, an Emmy and a BAFTA. He was a product of the era with lush arrangements and heartbreaking songs. There was also an element of coolness and fun in his music, such as this next track, which is the theme to Casino Royale, not the slick Daniel Craig movie. This was for the 1967 comedy spoof movie. Here is Bacharach's theme, played by Herb Elbert and the Tijuana Brass. In 1969, he won an Oscar for Best Original Score for the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. He also got a second Oscar for the song Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head from the same film. From this soundtrack, I'm going to play one of the most perfect cues ever composed, in my humble opinion, with the most brilliant use of voices ever. Here is South American Getaway. Here is another movie which tested the imagination. Amsterdam had a stellar cast and a cracking score by Daniel Pemberton. I think he had a lot of fun putting this together. You can kind of tell when you listen to it. It's on streaming platforms, and to whet your appetite, here are two very precise but lovely cues entitled I Want to See You Happy, followed by The Good Part, and then in brackets, Amsterdam.
Filmic is compiled and presented by Lee Bricknell.
So, as you are probably aware, it's the awards season, and the shocker of this year is that a critically acclaimed film, which has taken breaking box office numbers, has not received one single Oscar nomination. I have seen the movie I'm talking about, so I do have a voice to say that they have made a mistake here, and if you do some research, you will see I am not on my own. The film is The Woman King, which is an absolute cinematic triumph, and I'm very disappointed that composer Terence Blanchard's terrific score for it has not had a single nomination. With its cultural references and percussive brilliance, Blanchard's score stands out for me as the best soundtrack of last year. Oh well, take a listen in a moment. Thanks for listening, and make sure you check my colleagues' film music shows on the Cinematic Sound Radio. Here is The Woman King.
Thank you for listening to the Cinematic Sound Radio Podcast. I want to thank Tim Burton for providing his voice for all the bumpers you hear throughout the program, and to David Coscina for providing Cinematic Sound Radio's theme music. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at cinematicsound@yahoo.com. You can find us on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And wherever you're listening to us today, please take a moment right now to leave us a rating and a review of the podcast. You can get a Cinematic Sound Radio t-shirt at our TeePublic store. You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/cinematicsoundradio. And don't forget to check us out on the web at cinematicsound.net.